What if one of the greatest journey in history was not just about returning home, but about understanding how an entire civilization saw the world? When we watch Christopher Nolan, the Odyssey, it's easy to focus on the adventure, but beneath every challenge lies something even more fascinating, the worldview of an ancient civilization that shaped philosophy, literature, politics, and human thought for thousands of years. This episode is not about accepting ancient belief as truth. It's about understanding the historical ideas that influenced one of history's greatest epics and why they still matter today. To understand the Odyssey, we must first understand the people who created it. More than 3,000 years ago, the Greek world was made up of independent city-states surrounded by the unpredictable Mediterranean Sea. Life was dangerous, storm could destroy fleets, war could erase entire kingdoms, disease and famine could change everything overnight. In such an uncertain world, people sought for explanation that made their understanding of nature and human experience. Their stories became part of their culture, poetry, and tradition, helping them make sense of courage, loss, hope, and destiny. For historians, those stories are valuable because they reveal how an ancient civilization viewed life, not because they established historical facts. Homer Odyssey is much more than the story of one man's voyage. It reflects timeless human questions. Why do people suffer? Why do good decisions sometimes lead to painful consequences? How does patience overcome fear? Why does wisdom often matter more than strength? These are questions every civilization has asked. Christopher Nolan's interest in the Odyssey reminds modern audience that great stories endure because they explore universal aspects of human nature rather than belonging to only one time or place. Archaeologists have spent generations studying Bronze Age Greece. Ancient cities, defensive walls, poetry, weapons, and trade routes reveal that Homer drew inspiration from real places and real cultures, even though his epic also includes legendary storytelling. This combination of historical memory and library imagination is one reason the Odyssey continues to fascinate historians, filmmakers, and audience alike. It reminds us that history and storytelling often grow together. Every civilization developed ideas to explain uncertainty. Ancient Greece was no exception. Their tradition reflects hopes, fears, moral lessons, and attempt to understand the unknown. Modern psychology tells us that human beings naturally create narratives that help cope with uncertainty, build communities, and pass values to future generations. That's why ancient literature still feels surprisingly modern. The emotions have never changed, only the centuries have. Today's world is filled with technology. Ancient Greece was filled with oral storytelling, yet both generations ask the same question. Who am I? What makes a leader? How should we face fear? What is the cost of every decision? The tools have changed. Human nature has not. That is why the Odyssey has continued to inspire readers, scholars, and filmmakers across generations. Its greatest power is not the adventure itself, but the timeless question it asks about humanity. The journey through ancient thought is far from over. In our next episode, we will explore one of history's oldest debates, faithless free will. How much of life is shaped by our choices, and how much is shaped by circumstances beyond our control. Subscribe to Mood Booster TV and continue this cinematic journey where history comes first. Story will reaper truth, and every episode uncover another layer of the ancient world.